What up, viewers? What up? What up? Today is Friday, July 12th, and you know what that means? It means I'm going to be giving you a quick recap of video game news for the week. Just wanted to start things off with the Nintendo Switch Lite. Nintendo released a trailer and a bunch of information around their Nintendo Switch Lite console, which is, I don't know, what screen is 5.5 inches compared to the regular Switch's 6.2, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong down below. The new smaller console will be launched on September 20th. And yeah, I saw a lot of the specs. At first glance, I kind of have like a knee-jerk reaction to be like, why? But I took a little moment. I understand that it is more kid-friendly. I talked to one of my coworkers who has a kid and thought it might be better to give them one of these than a full-blown Switch. I think the cheaper angle is always a way to get people involved. I had a couple other friends talk about how you get the smaller Switch if they already own a bigger Switch, and so they'll get the smaller one because you don't need two big ones in a household, or at least that was their rationale, at least. But yeah, I knee-jerk reaction. I feel like that's still a bunch of small markets. Maybe the kids angle is the right angle. Maybe the cheaper angle will get more people involved. But I already think freaking Switch sales are going off like crazy. So I don't know if they really need that big a boost. Yeah, and then just my personal thoughts. I know that's very limited. Sample size of one, but I feel like I would pay the extra $100 for the full-blown Switch. Just so that I could actually plug it in. I actually play my Switch mostly docked, but I think I am amongst the few people who actually do. Other than, yeah, not gonna go into those details. But you got to know that everybody's playing their Switch. There's a place undocked where people are playing their Switch. You think you know what it is. Anyway, yeah, I just having a Switch that can't be plugged into a TV. That kind of feels weird to me, but I bet Nintendo knows a lot more about it than I do. I don't think they make too many dumb decisions over there at Nintendo, so I feel like they know what the market is and that they're going for it. The fact that they say it's not going to cannibalize 3DS sales that's the part where I think it's ridiculous. I think most of their games are coming out on Switch and Switch only. And so anybody who wants new Nintendo content is probably going to be on a Switch. And if that means they have to jump from 3DS to this micro Switch or the Switch Lite, then I bet that will happen. And I don't think that 3DS sales will continue once this kind of micro console launches. One of the saving graces of it is that it can be paired with the regular Joy-Cons because it has built-in Joy-Cons that cannot be detached. So that's another thing to think about when you're thinking about your Switch purchase. But yeah, it starts out in 3 colors. I think there's a teal, a darker gray, and a yellow. Of those 3, I'd pick the yellow one, but there is a Switch Lite version that is coming out with the release of Pokemon Sword and Shield in November, and that one has kind of a white, kind of off-white color, and then it has blue. I think it's blue joysticks on one side and pink joysticks on the other. I think that one looks the coolest of all, and I think on the back there's a little decal. All that's really cool. But yeah, the Switch Lite, I think it's a very small market that they're going for with that, but correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know down below if you think I'm not seeing something, but I don't know. So yeah, moving on from the Switch Lite. Otherwise, just a bunch of regular stuff not a bunch of regular stuff happened this week. A bunch of other topics that were slightly less large. There was a new Lord of the Rings MMO that is coming out. I know they had Lord of the Rings Online for a long time. That's actually one of the few MMOs that I didn't play. But there's a new one coming out at the behest of Amazon, probably associated with their TV show. They did pay $500 million or something like that for the rights for Lord of the Rings stuff. So sure, turn it into an MMO. And they're working with Athlon Games, which is a smaller company, but they've worked on the Lord of the Rings. They've been working on a Lord of the Rings game for a while. Moving right along, Psychonauts 2 got delayed. Double Fine's newest game in the Psychonauts franchise has been delayed. I was under the impression that it wasn't coming out this year. Maybe that was one of the few titles that kind of slipped through my brain from E3. I could have swore it was 2020, but that's only because most titles at E3 were talking about 2020 titles. But yeah, I could have swore that this was 2020, but saw the article that said that this one had slipped out and been delayed into 2020. So we will not be seeing Psychonauts 2 this year, unfortunately. One of the weirder things I saw this week was the latest Turok game is like cute and chibi. It's like small, like grid-based, with like really dinosaurs, like googly eyes. It looks hilarious. You'll have to check it out in the. I'll have a link down to it below. It just looks funny. I always liked the Turok games. They were one of my favorites. Mostly because I liked fighting dinosaurs rather than like running around and collecting them like my friends do, or my friends did when they were a kid. But yeah, the latest Turok game is very cutesy. I didn't quite catch the date on that one, but yeah, a strange angle to go with the Turok series, because I played the last one and it had a lot of QuickTime events and a lot of shooting. It was very bloody and gory. I think it was going for more of a Doom vibe than with the blood and guts kind of angle. But the next one will not be so bloody and gutsy. Moving right along, there was a trailer that showed off the new ping system that will be in Borderlands 3. So yeah, Borderlands, while it has been upgrading and considering it's been worked on for a decade now, it'll have. We've already seen that it'll have like mantling, which they didn't have in the previous games. They'll like reactive terrain will also will be there. But the latest feature that we have seen for Borderlands 3 has been like a Apex Legends style ping system, which would be really cool because I know that I was always on voice comm saying like, come pick up your shotgun or something like that, because one of my friends was in a specific, like, I feel like in Borderlands you always have like a specific couple guns that you have, or the ones that you want, and if there's a ping system that has your character kind of saying like, hey, come pick up your shotgun or whatever it is, that should be super cool, especially if you don't have any comms between you and your friends and you're trying to communicate via in-game stuff. Moving right along, the latest game from Supermassive, the company behind Until Dawn and crap, I forget what they had the VR one. What was that? Inpatient, I believe. Their latest game is called like Black Pictures Anthology: Man of Medan. I don't get the Medan reference. I don't know if I'm supposed to. But the game is going to have multiplayer, and it's kind of like this. I don't know if it's quite asymmetrical horror game, but if it's like cooperative, where you're trying to, like, you're put into these kind of like choices like you get in Until Dawn of like help the person or not help the person, except for that person is a real person. So I think like 5 of you drop into a map, and then you can kind of interact with other people on the internet. There's also a multiplayer online co-op version. I wonder if that'll be something like A Way Out or that kind of experience. And then there'll also be a solo campaign as well. But yeah, they released a new trailer showing their multiplayer, and it looks really awesome. I know that I played Until Dawn with a group of friends while we were all drinking and having one person kind of like pilot the gameplay. So I think their games are very well geared towards a kind of multiplayer, people in a room kind of experience, and so I think they've built something for that audience because they know who their audience are. Also launching this week, well, no, not also. Launching this week is Sea of Solitude. I believe the first time we saw this was E3 2018. the game is finally out a couple weeks after E3 2019. I remember there being something about a mental health angle, and you know me, I always like those kind of like mental health angle games. So yeah, I wonder if I'll pick it up. It looks interesting. The art style looks really kind of like gritty. Maybe not my favorite art style, but that doesn't matter if I think if the game has a good message. So I haven't read into too many reviews. I haven't seen the Metacritic on it yet. But the game looks interesting, and if you pick it up, let me know what your thoughts are down below. Moving right along, the PS4 Pro is on sale right now on eBay. I'll have a link down below. With Prime Day just around the corner, a lot of these online retailers are doing a bunch of sales to get people to buy early before Prime Day rolls around. And so eBay is having a $320 PS. Is selling PlayStation 4 Pros for $320. I think the MSRP on a PS4 Pro is still $400. So that's a huge discount. So if you don't have the PS4 Pro yet, you can check that out. The link will be for that down below. And then last but certainly not least, Prime Day is next week. They have a bunch of gaming deals. I'll have links down below to a couple lists talking about PS4 deals on games, as well as consoles and hardware and accessories, as well as a couple PC gaming deals that I saw this week. I don't know what I'm looking for this Prime Day. Mostly probably just video games. Like I said, there's been a summer slump that I've been participating in, and I've been playing a lot of Switch indie games because of it. So hopefully they can get me onto. Hopefully I can find another PS4 game to play, because my PS4 is probably getting mad at me at this point. So yeah, that was a quick recap of the week. Let me know if you think I forgot anything down below. Lots of things happen every week in video game news, and I don't pick them all up, but hopefully I covered a lot of the mainstream details. Yeah, so if you are watching this live on my Twitch, I really appreciate it. A follow goes a long way. I'm always following my stats. I'm a data junkie, so watching my follower count and my subscriber count grow is really fun. So I appreciate if you're watching me live Friday on my Twitch account, or my Twitch. And if you're watching me live, if you're watching this on Saturday, you're probably watching this when I upload my YouTube, or you're watching it any day after that. But I upload these to YouTube, and a thumbs up and a subscribe goes a long way for me there as well. If you want more content like this, be sure to hit the bell or something like that, so that you know every time I upload one of these. It's been a while since I've done one, so hopefully you haven't fallen off the wagon like I have. Yeah, as always, I appreciate you stopping by. Hope you enjoy this. Feel free to leave anything in the comments section down below. Always trying to improve this. Hope you have a super Friday. Hope you have a super weekend. Hope you enjoy the weather wherever you are. Have a super day. Have a super weekend. Have a super day. Bye!